Danielle Hoyle was 27 years old, and she worked at FedEx. That's where she met the defendant. A meeting that would change the course of her life and so many others forever.
Indicted in the murder of his girlfriend and 2-day-old baby.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth? Please have a seat, watch your step, and I'll need you to speak up for the benefit of Madam Court Recorder who's recording these proceedings, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Isabelle.
What did you learn about him?
That he was married.
Okay.
And I said, if he's married, how do you think he's gonna treat you if he's not even treating his wife right? How is he gonna treat you right?
Okay. That's something.
And at that time, were you aware whether he was married or single?
At that time, from what I know, he was single, and then I found out he was married.
Now, how did you feel about the defendant possibly having another child?
I wasn't too fun, wasn't sure about continuing
She's
it.
not down there. So where'd you leave that baby? It's 2, okay? Right now, you've already did unspeakable, okay? Now it's time to get it all out, right? Get it all out. Right here, right now. Okay?
The defendant, he filed for divorce January 27th of 2022, mere days before he killed Danielle and Kennedy. What else? Kennedy is born January 31st of 2022. The defendant doesn't sign her birth certificate.
If you haven't done so already, please be sure to like the video, drop a comment and let me know if this is your first time hearing about this case or if you're already following this case. And if you appreciate my coverage, please be sure to subscribe to the channel.
To see the monster who did this to them. They saying they didn't have to hurt my baby. He didn't have to hurt them.
In 2022, 25-year-old Brandon Isabelle was caught between 3 women. On paper, he was married, but that marriage was already over. At the same time, he had a brief relationship with a woman and she became pregnant. And then there was someone new. A girlfriend he had only been dating for months, but he believed she was the one. Now, the woman who became pregnant was 27-year-old Danielle Hoyle. She had just given birth to his child when her life was taken. And then there was Artesha Stewart, the new girlfriend, who captured his attention and his heart. Now, according to prosecutors, Brandon used his job at FedEx like a lover's playground, meaning woman after woman. But his relationship with Artesha was different. She made it clear she wasn't going to accept another woman in the picture, not when she already had to deal with Brandon's wife and the son he shared with her. Adding another woman with the newborn baby was something she was unwilling to accept. Now, Brandon, of course, believed that she was the woman of his dreams, but before setting his deadly plan in motion, he reached out to Danielle again. When she was about 5 months pregnant, he sent her a text message where he laid out his thoughts. Danielle could not have known that her response to that message would ultimately seal her fate. Listen to the text message being read in court.
It's been a long 3.5, almost 4 years. I miss my grandbaby. You know, that was my number 7. She was 7 for me. And she could just take it just like air. It's been plenty of sleepless nights. I ain't slept in 3.5 years. I finally got sleep last night. I mean, you know, we never recovered her body, so.
If you could read this for us.
Says, I can't be a father to the kid right now, Danielle, and I don't want to put you through that. I have to be a father to my first child. I haven't been doing that. I don't want you to go through what you're going through with Raya Dad not being around twice. You deserve better than what I've been doing to you. If you love me like you say you do, then let's end this mistake, Danielle. Let's talk to these doctors tomorrow, and let's both hear them and have them understand where we're coming. Like, I got to sit back and find myself with no distractions, like, for real. I got to find me. Says, Brandon, bye. Just stop texting me and go about your business. I don't need you, and talking to them, they still not going to do it. I'm going on 5 months now.
All right. And Dr. Klein, was that the only things that you could find that were relevant within the Apple Watch?
Yes, sir.
Did you consider or think about trying to, download or dump the entirety of the watch?
At the time, Memphis Police Department did not possess the technology to be able to extract the messages from the watch.
Now, in those text messages, Brandon claimed he just wanted to find himself and couldn't afford any distractions. But the reality was different. To him, Danielle and the baby she was determined to bring into this world were the distraction. The truth was that his focus was on Artesha, and he saw anything outside of that relationship as something standing in his way. So when he told Danielle, I can't be a father to that kid, let's end our mistake, and Danielle refused, he set his deadly plan in motion.
Artesha was talking about ending things, breaking up, and the defendant was trying to convince her to stick with the relationship. In the midst of these text messages, in the wee hours of January 31st, 2022, baby Kennedy Caitlin Hoyle, was born. February 1st of 2022, Danielle's released from the hospital with her precious newborn daughter, Kennedy. She takes the baby home to meet her family, and her mother, April Campbell, gets to spend one precious hour with Kennedy.
So you guys are ready?
We were ready.
You said you had her for about an hour.
Right. I got to feed her. I got to change her clothes. And then I had to, give her to somebody else because somebody else wanted it.
How long did you get to be with her? How long did you and your family get to be with Kennedy?
Maybe an hour at the most, a little over an hour.
I want to just take your time, April.
We had her for an hour, and she was gone.
Did you learn anything about why she left?
Yeah.
Withdrawn?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm rewording it.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yes, she told me she was leaving.
Okay. Did you learn why she was leaving?
Yes, to go see Brandon.
Okay. That she was going.
To see Brandon.
What did you learn was the story that she gave you?
That she was taking Kennedy back to the hospital.
Okay. How did you feel about that?
I actually thought it was true because I had to do it before. Once me and my son made it home, the hospital called and said he should have never been discharged. So I had to take him back. So I didn't know it was a story. Had I known, maybe things would have been different.
Danielle left that night in her Chevy Cruze. She had Kennedy in her car seat in the back seat, and she was going to meet the defendant. He said that he had baby clothes for her, and so they met at a Matco on Brooks and Elvis Presley. Somehow, the defendant convinced Danielle to drive down Sedgwick Road where it meets Levi, a desolate, deserted, dark road. Danielle pulled to the side of the road, parked the wrong way. The defendant exited his vehicle, opened the passenger door, and fired 5 shots into Danielle's car. He took Kennedy in her car seat from Danielle's car, put her in his Chevy Malibu, and drove away from the scene. Leaving Danielle, for a while the defendant drove around with little Kennedy. He eventually made his way back to 8072 Lathbury in Cordova, which is where he lived with his parents. He went inside the house, changed clothes, put his Adidas slides in the trunk of his car, and got back in the Chevy Malibu. Kennedy was still in the car, not even 2 days old. He had one more problem to take care of. He drove to Mud Island. Real-time crime center cameras show his car going up and down Island Drive until he finally stops at the old boat ramp where the mouth of the Wolf River and the Mississippi meet. While this is starting to happen, the defendant has another stop to make. He drives to Walmart on Elvis Presley. He then pulls to the back of the Walmart and drops Kennedy's car seat next to a locked dumpster.
Now, Brandon may have believed he came up with the perfect plan. He lured Danielle to an isolated area and carried out his deadly intentions, leaving her behind and taking off with baby Kennedy. What he didn't anticipate was that the spot he chose was already under heavy patrol. That night, a Memphis officer immediately noticed the vehicle and later testified about what he found.
Meanwhile, Officer Cody Sutton with the Memphis Police Department is on routine patrol. He's out of the Rains precinct, patrolling South Memphis. And what were the conditions that night?
It was cold. It was raining that night.
Did you see anything that drew your attention?
Yes, there was what appeared to be an abandoned vehicle on the side of the road.
Was it parked on the correct side of the road? Was it facing?
No, it was not. That is the vehicle that I located, Levi and Sedgwick, parked on the road facing the wrong direction.
All right. So when you saw that vehicle, what was going through your mind at that point?
I thought it was either someone had left it there, parked it there, broken down, or it might be stolen.
Right. And what did you do?
I had officers go to the registered owner's address to see if they knew the whereabouts of their vehicle.
A couple of hours later, a police was pulling in the yard. I thought it was Danielle. So me and my boys were getting up to go help her get the baby out the car. But it was the police, and they were asking me who drove a Chevy Cruze and where was she? And I told them she was gone, she wasn't there. And they were like, they'll be back. And they left, and I actually tried to follow them, but we couldn't keep up. So I just started looking, because I started, at that time, I just panicked. I just started calling her phone, and I never got her answer. I called her like, I just kept calling her phone, and I never got her answer. So the police came back a second time, and they asked me to describe my daughter. So I described it, and then they were like, we gotta go again. By that time, I just went to the precinct because we couldn't keep up with them. I went to the precinct on Rains. And when I got there, they locked me in the precinct.
Okay.
And
At some point, did you tell police who she was supposed to be with?
yes.
Was that early on that you told them that? Or do you remember anything?
It was when I was at the precinct, so that was like the last part.
Now, as prosecutors explained to the jury, they were not required to prove motive. But in this case, motive was undeniable. The woman Brandon believed was worth going to the ends of the earth for, the woman he was willing to do the unthinkable for, would become the state's star witness. Her testimony helped prosecutors outline Brandon's motive. But outside the courtroom, many argued she should have been more than a witness. Some believed she should have stood trial alongside him. And her own words on the stand only fueled speculation about how deep her involvement may have gone. When she testified, she laid out her history with Danielle, making it clear they were more than just co-workers at FedEx. See, both women had romantic ties to Brandon, and that tension eventually came to a head in what she described as a confrontation. And while she wasn't charged, Brandon pulled her into this case in more ways that couldn't be ignored. He called her before the crime, he called her after the crime, and he met up with her. And when Danielle's family realized that Danielle was missing, they immediately called Brandon. And Artesha admitted she was with him at that moment. On the stand, she described how the call made her feel threatened because Danielle's family let Brandon know that they were coming for him. It became apparent that Brandon's plan wasn't as calculated as he may have believed. But prosecutors didn't just lean on motive. They also had what they called a silent witness. Brandon's own actions left behind the very evidence that would convict him. He may have thought he was clever enough to cover his tracks, but instead, every move he made created a digital trail, a trail that became the most powerful witness in the courtroom. Now listen to this.
Why'd he do it? What's the motive? You'll notice that is not an element that the state has to prove. But it's pretty clear, the motive here. And it's Artesha. The defendant wanted to be with Artesha. He's still texting Artesha. He's still sending her messages over and over again. And what is Artesha's response? I'm going to make this simple. If it's yours, build that bond. Get to know her as a woman because she loves you as well. I won't need no response. Silence will answer that for me. If it's not, we still need space to take this relationship slow. She's slipping away. His perfect woman is slipping away. And what does he do? While his baby has just been born, he's still sending text message novels to Artesha, professing his love. You and the defendant were dating. Did you and Danielle have any confrontations?
Yes.
And when you say confrontations, what are you talking about?
More so of a he say, she say confrontation type thing.
Are we talking physical confrontations?
No.
Are we talking verbal confrontations?
Yes.
Did those happen face to face?
No.
How would those happen?
Through, like, someone would say something, bring it back to me. She would say, I would say something, then bring it back to her.
And would some of this stuff occur like over text messages?
Yes.
Now, did you become aware during that time period that you were dating the defendant that Danielle was pregnant?
Yes.
And what did the defendant tell you about Danielle as far as the paternity of her baby?
He wasn't sure if the baby was his or not.
Did he tell you that there was a possibility it was his?
Yes.
We ended up buying a paternity test for him.
Yes.
And where did you buy that?
Walgreens.
And did you get that paternity test to the defendant?
Yes.
Where did you take it?
Well, he took it. I took it to him at the hospital.
Now, before Brandon would meet up with Artesha, prosecutors said he made a few calculated stops that night. And one of those stops stood out, not just because of what he purchased, but because of what it revealed about his state of mind after committing the crime. Now listen to this testimony, and if you haven't done so already, please be sure to like the video, drop a comment, and let me know, do you think that Brandon should have a co-defendant in this case, or do you believe that he acted alone? Drop a comment and let me know, and if you appreciate my coverage, please be sure to subscribe to the channel.
He's covering his tracks. He's sending text messages to Danielle, knowing that she'll never answer. He's at Walgreens, buying stuffed animals, roses for Artesha. And writing a card professing his love and talking about raising Kennedy, who he knows he just threw in the Wolf River. And how do we know? Because we have video. We have GPS.
Please have a seat, watch your step. I will need you to speak up for the benefit of Madam Court Reporter here.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
If you could state your name and spell it for the jury and the court reporter, please.
Taisha Ashton, TIEASIA, ASHTON,
And where do you work?
Walgreens, at 4150.
You see the time there?
Mm-hmm.
It's at 11:50?
Yes. And that's the parking lot on the Evans Preston side of the store. And that's the rain side of the store.
Is that the white sedan?
What's it in? That's parking. Yes.
This is one of the places where we sped it up a little bit, correct?
Yes.
The door opening?
Yes, sir. The person now exiting the store, the car.
We see a person walking from the car.
Yes, sir. That's that person entering the store now.
Okay. Now, sped it up again, correct?
Yes, sir.
What time do we have now?
11:57.
All right, put the deposit right there. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's the person that exited the car.
Okay, and those are the purchases that they asked you to
Verify. Yes,
verify?
sir.
I'm going to hand you what has previously been marked as exhibits 111.
This is a receipt that they asked me to verify the items on the receipt.
Okay.
To match the purchase that was on
Okay.
video.
And I'm going to hand you what has previously been marked as, let's do them in order. Here's 112.
I'm going to object to her identifying the items. The jury can see what's on the video. She wasn't present to see in person what it was.
No, she's the store manager. She's reviewed the items. She knows what the items are that are on the receipt that she got for the police. She's just confirming what we're seeing here on the video.
Overruled.
Yes, this is the plush bear.
That's also indicated.
That's also on this receipt.
Okay. I'm going to hand then Exhibit 113. Be careful with that. It's dried out a little bit.
This is the Valentine Road that was in the video and also.
It's a Valentine's Road?
Yes.
And I'm going to also then hand Exhibit 114.
This is the Hallmark card that was purchased from the receipt and verified.
Okay, and all that writing wasn't on it when it was purchased, correct?
No.
Okay. We could start the video again. We've got some other items there as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
What
A
are
6-pack of Sprite
Okay.
and some Trolley candy.
Okay. While we're watching this, does the receipt have a time on it?
Yes, sir. 11:59 p.m.
Okay. Looks like the purchaser of the items is headed back to the white sedan.
Yes.
Ms. Ashton, we've sped it up here again, correct?
Yes.
And that was about what time?
Midnight.
Midnight. So now it's 12:01, correct?
Yes.
The car's still there?
Yes.
Now it's 12:02, almost 12:03, correct?
Yes.
The car's still there?
Yes.
12:04,
Yes.
car's still there. It's 12:06 a.m. February 2nd,
Yes.
2022.
Yes.
This car's still sitting there?
Yes.
And we move back to normal time. What do we see?
The car leaving around
What time is it? 12:11? Where's he going here? What part of the store is that?
That's the Elvis Presley side of the store.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you guys' thoughts about Artesha taking the paternity test up to the hospital to Brandon after Danielle had given birth? Obviously, as she explained, they had confrontation. She was aware that Danielle was pregnant by Brandon. Brandon had confided in her to let her know that he didn't believe that it was his child, but it was a possibility that it could be his child. So he wasn't going to rule it out. So she felt like they needed to have a DNA test done so that they could determine if it was his child, because it seemed like the future of their relationship was going to be based on the results of that test. Because as she explained to Brandon, she was not sure if she wanted to take on another child and another baby mom, as she said, because she already had to deal with his wife and the child that he had with his wife. Now, keep in mind that by the time Danielle's car was found abandoned, her family already suspected Brandon. Remember, when Danielle left the house with her 2-day-old baby, she told her mother she was going to see Brandon, as you may recall from Danielle's mother's testimony. Now, when the family couldn't locate Danielle and police showed up at their door to say her car had been discovered, their fears quickly escalated. They reached out to Brandon directly. He panicked. He rushed to Artesha's house and he told her that they had to get out of there, that they had to go to his mother's house. Now, what followed that night would involve not just Artesha, but also Brandon's mother. Listen closely.
Were you just at that shop there around 1:35-ish in the morning?
I was.
Do you recall what was the nature of the call, the reason for the call out?
The call was, I believe the parents called about threatening phone calls to their son.
Did the two of you arrange to meet up?
Yes,
And where were you going to meet?
my house.
Now, who got to your house first?
Brandon,
And when you pulled up, where was he?
at my house,
Was he inside or outside?
outside,
Was he coming out of the house or was he standing outside?
coming out of the house.
And what happened when he came out of the house?
I was trying to park my car normally under the tree where his car is located. I tried to park my car right there.
Let me stop you just 1 second. Let me go back to exhibit 67. Okay. So where would you normally park?
Under the tree, which is to the right of the Chrysler.
So over in this area?
Yes.
Okay. And then, so you pulled up, and what happened next?
I was trying to get him to move his car so I could park to have him drive his car because he told me that he went and got gas. I didn't have any gas in my car. So when I told him to move his car, he told me we didn't have any time to move my vehicle. So we had to drive my car.
And where were you going?
To his mom's.
Why?
He told me that he got a call from Danielle's brother and that Danielle was missing and that he wanted to talk to Brandon about Danielle's whereabouts.
Left Stacy to go to, and to be clear, are we talking about Mr. Isabelle's mom's house?
Yes.
And is that the house of Cordova?
Yes.
And who was driving?
Me.
And to be clear, whose car were you in?
My car.
How was he behaving when you were in the car?
He was pretty much on his phone a lot, texting a lot.
Having been in a relationship with him for a while, was he acting like he usually did?
No.
What happened when you got to his parents' house?
When we got to his parents' house, he went in. I stayed in the car for a minute, and then I got out. And when we went inside, Brandon was crying to his parents.
When you got to their house, did you have any weapons with you?
Yes.
What did you have with you?
I had my Smith & Wesson 40 caliber and a lime green bag.
And why did you have this with you?
After the phone call that Brandon's father had with Danielle's brother, that I think he got a text from some guy named Cortez, and he said that they was gonna come.
Just a second. There's an objection?
Withdrawn.
Go ahead, please.
He received a text message from someone named Cortez, and that they said they was gonna come and do something. So, with my defense, I went and got my weapons out of my car.
Now, did you normally have your gun with you?
Yes,
Did you normally have the bat in your car?
yes,
And did you move those items into the Blackberry house?
yes.
Now, while you were there, were the police called?
Yes,
And do you recall who called the police?
yes.
Who was it?
Brandon's mom.
And did officers arrive on the scene?
Yes,
Were you eventually taken down to the homicide office downtown?
yes,
And did you give a statement to them?
yes,
Do you remember how long you were there?
yes.
How long?
8 hours.
Now, did you end up giving the police your phone?
Yes,
And did you agree to allow them to search it?
yes.
Now, initially, Brandon did have his family support, and I'm going to play a clip from his attorney, but it appears that his family did not show up for his trial. And this is according to Danielle's mother, because someone posed the question, does he have any family that ever shows up? How do they act if so? And she replied and said, no, they don't come. Now, I do want to walk you through a few social media posts from Brandon, because when news broke that he was being accused and now convicted of this crime, many were shocked. He does have a son with his wife, which you'll hear more from the testimony of his girlfriend at the time, and they pose these questions to her and she answers them. But here's a post that he made before his social media account was deactivated. It says, happy birthday, baby boy, or should I say my twin. You make me so proud of you, and my mind and heart gets weak every time I lay my eyes on you, son. My heart grows day by day as you grow. You're getting so big on me, getting smarter, speech getting better. You really mean the world to me. I'm happy you are evolving, son. I love you, Kingston. Happy birthday, son. And he did upload some photos with him and his son, and I'm not going to include those photos. And then here's a photo of Brandon on his social media account. It was posted on January the 23rd, 2021. And then the caption just says, so icy gang. So he made a status, and it was, just a status expressing some humor. And it says, if you cheating when I'm being a stepdad to your child, I'm leaving him at the park. Now, pay attention to this post, because many have been wanting to know about his ex-wife. His alleged ex-wife. It's unknown if they're still married or if they have finalized the divorce that was initiated. And Brandon made this post to her, and he posted this picture. He said, my son's mama, we have our problems, but you know the deal. Keep looking out for our son as you do. Happy Mother's Day to you. I love you, my dog. Enjoy your day. So this was on May the 9th, 2021. He made another post, on May the 9th, 2021. He said, happy Mother's Day, my queen, strongest women I know to this day, and still has a big heart, made something out of nothing and stuck with it, took care of your family even when it got hard, and still managed to better yourself in the making. We have our ups and downs. I love you with all my heart. Happy Mother's Day. So these are two posts that he made to her. And then here is a post from his wife or ex-wife that hasn't been clarified if that divorce that was initiated was finalized. And this was allegedly her cousin. And she said, and this was back when this occurred, okay? So this is an older post, and it says, a lot has been said, but I'm going to say this one time. I understand everyone is angry about Danielle and baby Kennedy passing, but please keep my cousin and my bro out y'all's mouths. Facebook detectives. They had nothing to do with nothing. Don't come for my people. Share with whoever, because I stamped that. Everybody in Memphis messed up behind that. My heart and prayers are with the family. Hashtag cold world. Okay, now pay attention to this, because there was some comments, and the wife or ex-wife, she replied. She said, so she's the wife that he separated from, and they have a son together. The baby is the half-sister to their son. How terrible. Thank you for clearing her name. Prayers for her and for all the children involved. And then she responds herself and she says, hi, yes, I don't have anything to do with it. They have him and his girlfriend. Because as you recall, initially, the girlfriend was arrested. She was released, and public records do not indicate that she was charged. And it says, so sorry, your name is in this. Prayers for the family, prayers for you and your son. I truly hope the baby will be found safe. And as we know, baby Kennedy was never found. And there was another comment that she left, and she said, thank y'all. I'm in shock just like y'all, because this is crazy. It's crazy. And yesterday was Brandon's birthday as well. And here's another post. So pay attention to this, because this is actually a post that she made when the news broke. She said, okay, so I have been trying to keep from posting because y'all sources is not correct. But I do not have anything to do with what's going on with my son's father. I am not his girlfriend. We have been separated for years. Y'all have me mixed up with his actual girlfriend. Okay, so there's clarification that they were separated for years. I have when this occurred. So even though he had moved on and at some point was with Danielle, and then subsequently he was with the girl who went and testified at the trial, she's saying although they were married, they were separated according to her. I have been at home caring for my son. He had surgery yesterday. I only deal with him solely about our son, nothing more. But thanks to everyone who have reached out and checked on me and my son, and I am sending my thoughts and prayers to Danielle and her family. I want you to keep this in mind, because Brandon attempted to use his son's surgery, him going to the hospital, as an alibi. I'm going to play a clip from the detective, and they're going to verify that they confirmed all of this. And then there's another post that the wife or ex-wife made, and she said, this really disgusts me on so many levels. Like, why, Brandon? You throw your whole life away. Nothing is worth taking somebody's life, bro. Like, why a newborn at that? What could possibly be the reason? How do I tell my 5-year-old son who loves his dad that his dad committed this crime? How, y'all, this stuff is blowing my mind. This is wrong on so many levels. Keep in mind, if I substitute words, I do have to be respectful to YouTube, their terms and policies. So that is the reason why I may substitute or use alternative words as opposed to saying certain words. Now, his wife or ex-wife, as I said, she recently made a post before deactivating or deleting her social media account. And what she said is, good morning. And this was on September the 22nd. She said, good morning, everybody. Please don't call or text me during this difficult time. Thank you. So, and that's not to say that this is any way related to the situation at all. That was just the last public post on her page, and it, as of October the 2nd, it was deleted or made to where the public couldn't see it. So I am going to go ahead, and the last one of the posts from Danielle's page that has stuck out was a post that she put on there where she shared that she was in a relationship. And of course, we know Danielle is the victim, and this was on June the 8th, 2021. And in the post, she uploaded a photo with her, and she said that she was in a relationship. Now, the person that's in that photo obviously is not Brandon. His cousin did respond and said, y'all need to mind the business that pays you. My cousin couldn't do this stuff. He's been locked up for a while. This ain't making y'all any money. Keep in mind, again, these comments was when this first occurred, and people were saying, well, this was June 8, 2021. This is when she was reported missing before, of course, they found out what happened. And people were saying, have they checked with him? Because she posted a photo with him and his cousin made it clear we don't have anything to do with that. So if you haven't done so already, please be sure to like the video, drop a comment and let me know what are your thoughts about this. Of course, it is a very complex case with so many layers because the trial went on over the course of 7 days. Now I want to play. The detective said that they had a confession from Brandon. Now, during his 7-day trial, there was a witness that his team put on. And what they wanted to do was they said that Brandon was forced to give this confession because of what the detectives were saying. So his team put on a witness that they qualified him, and you'll hear this, and what they were trying to say is they were trying to create doubt that Brandon voluntarily gave this confession and that the detectives were saying things to him and he felt pressured. And this is the reason why he gave the confession. So what are your thoughts about this? But I want you to listen to it first. So listen to this.
He's very fortunate in that he has a wonderful, supportive family, and they have been there for him all along.
He would have been 24 going on 25.
And did he work? Did he have a work history?
Yes, sir.
And where did he work?
At FedEx.
You know how long he worked there?
Approximately 4 to 5 years.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth? Please have a seat, watch your step, and I'll need you to speak up for the benefit of Madam Court Recorder who's recording these proceedings, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Isabelle. You have sat through this trial, right? And you listened to all the proof along with us.
You got to speak up, Mr. Massey. Thank you. Try to get you an additional microphone.
You've heard all the proof along with us. And even before that, we've gone over the proof that we expected to be shown in this case, even showing PowerPoints and those kind of things, so that we may make sure you were aware of all the discovery available. And after hearing the proof today, of this past week and yesterday, and knowing that you have a right to testify, that's an absolute constitutional right to testify, tell this jury whatever your side of the case may be. And no one can make that decision as I told you yesterday, nobody but you. And what you do is you can look to others for advice, like you look to us for advice, you're lawyers. And you talk with your family as well, right?
Yes, sir.
And after doing that, and after hearing the proof, have you made a decision as to whether or not you wish to testify? Have you made a decision?
Yes, sir.
What is that decision, please?
I wish to testify.
You don't wish to testify.
No, sir.
I have no other questions. Thank you.
Do you mind if I just, for the record, flesh out some other things? You've made a decision to not testify, and I'm certain that Mr. Massey and Ms. Fuchs have informed you that the jury will be informed that they can't hold that against you. You have the right to remain silent. Has anyone made any threats or promises to get you to not testify?
No, ma'am.
You're entering into this season, this session of not testifying. It's your choice and yours alone. And that you understand that no one can draw any inferences, meaning no one can assume what you would or would not have said just because you didn't testify. And that's basically what I'll tell the jury. They can't hold that against you. You understand? And you've had enough time, not only just this morning, because I know you spent some time with your lawyers this morning to discuss this issue. And you did yesterday, right? I need work.
Yes, ma'am.
And you Don't need additional time to discuss this decision. You're clear, and you're clear on what you're gonna do. And you're satisfied with what they've been able to share with you as far as where we've been going throughout this process. They've been accessible to you. You've been to court many times, correct? And they've shared everything that they have with you. Do you need any additional time with them this morning before we proceed? Thank you, sir. You may step down. Next up.
He advised that he was spending some time with his other child, taking his child to the doctor. At some point, he said that he did go to the hospital to see Danielle and the child once the child was born. And from what I can recall, after that, he met with Danielle to give her some baby clothes.
Okay. Were you able to confirm by some other way that those things were true, that he did go to the hospital to visit Danielle and the baby, surgery center, and those things? Were you able to confirm that those things were true?
Yes.
How did you do that?
Through GPS, things like that.
Okay. And did you ask a detective to look at his phone and look for GPS points?
Yes.
What did he say he did after he got home from those things, from the surgery center and from Regional 1?
He said eventually that he went to meet Danielle to exchange the baby clothes, and he said from there he left and he went home. Or he left Mapco.
Okay. But ultimately, when you confronted him with facts, he changed that story, correct?
Yes.
The story that, but then he still, what? Then he said what?
Well, once we confronted him with those facts, that's when he stated that he actually met her in a secluded area. And his initial story was that he was there with the second story that he gave us, around about second story, was that he met her there, they talked in the car, and then she gave him the baby and he left.
Okay. Now, did that story seem plausible to you and Sergeant Winbush?
No.
You guys you didn't think that made any sense?
No, it did not.
So if a suspect then tells you, he changes from one story that you don't believe based on facts, right? Then he tells you another story that's not believable because it just doesn't make any sense, right?
Right.
Do you stop there?
No, we continue to confront him.
Effing honesty. The story that you're running with right now, you will be effing dodging dicks for the next 50 effing years with that effing story. Do you understand what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna effing fly, Brandon. I'm just being real with you. It ain't gonna effing fly, bruh. You know that, and I know that. What's problematic, if anything, about that quote?
It's a threat of inevitable consequences, and in the read material, they expressly state that you shouldn't threaten someone with rape in order to get them to confess.
Is there reasoning behind that?
There is. Cases have been overturned because that tactic was used, and the court decided that doing that made it an involuntary confession.
Are there any examples that you saw regarding promises of leniency?
There were implied promises of leniency.
Sergeant Winbush said, I'll tell you like this right here. I'm almost through with my cup of coffee. When I'm through with my cup of coffee, I'm going to get up and walk out of this room. If you ain't came off of it, I'm leaving. I'm going to leave. You got to face the music on this. This is the only time I'm offering help. This is it. Would you consider that a promise of leniency?
It's an implied promise of leniency. What help is he going to be offering and providing for Brandon other than some relief in his situation?
And then Sergeant Boyd said, the only thing that's going to save you right now is telling the effing truth. That's it. It ain't no effing way around it, Brandon. What happened to Danielle? Tell the effing truth. Was there a promise of leniency in there?
The Savior. This is, if he confesses that in some way it's going to save him.
Sergeant Boyd said, listen, Brandon, listen, I want you to understand this, okay? You're not a monster, okay? What's done is done, okay? Right now, you have to. You have to talk to me, okay? You understand what I'm saying? All right. I'm not here to hurt you, all right? I'm going to tell you what you need. What you need to save your effing self, okay? You have to lay everything out, because anything short of that, the evidence is going to paint you like an effing monster. Why is that problematic?
Again, he's going to save him, right? This is going to save him in some way, right? The implication is that if this is going to save you, his situation is going to be better by virtue of him telling the truth as Detective Boyd sees it.
Can you tell me about your process when you review these interrogations?
Sure. So that I use with my people who evaluate stuff with me, my students, we use the IIAI survey or coding scheme. It's the Interrogation Interviewing Analysis Instrument. It's a lot to say. And basically what it is they've broken down all of the tactics that have been used throughout the literature in psychology, and they've combined them into like a checklist of 5 different categories to look for to see if these tactics occurred. The 5 categories, one is rapport building, sort of like small talk. The other one is there's an evidence tactic. There's a social psychological manipulation tactic, and these have individual tactics within them. These are just the categories. There's a consequential tactic, and there is what we call minimization tactic. And then we also look for what we call contamination, like who said the information about what happened first. Did it come from the suspect, or did it come from the police? So you can see if the information in the confession is based on what the police said or what the person gave voluntarily.
Did you determine, based on your expertise, whether you believe this was a coercive interrogation?
I did.
What did you determine?
It was a coercive interrogation. Brandon was told, Mr. Isabelle was told several times that he wasn't leaving. He was called a liar. He was accused of committing the crime 17 times. It's pretty coercive.
How many coercive tactics did you count when you coded this particular interrogation?
I think 165 maybe.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
Okay. Now I want to talk to you about what you found, okay? How long was this interrogation?
So the interrogation starts when they detain you. It doesn't start when they put you in the room. It starts when they detain you, because that's when you have to start thinking about, the situation.
Now, you said that you had one child, Aaliyah. Is Brandon Aaliyah's father?
No.
Did you have Aaliyah before you were in a relationship with Brandon?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to take you back to January of 2022. At that point in time, about how long had you and the defendant, Mr. Isabelle, been dating?
Can you repeat this?
Okay. Back in January of 2022, were you still dating Mr. Isabelle?
We were on and off dating.
And about how long had you been in a relationship, whether it was off or on?
6 months.
And at that point in time, had he moved to a different place?
Yes.
Where was he living then?
His parents.
Did they also live in Cordova?
Yes.
And were they in a house or an apartment?
House.
Now, did you know someone by the name of Danielle Hoyle?
Yes.
How did you know Danielle?
Third grade.
Did Danielle also work with you guys at FedEx?
Yes.
And did you become aware that the defendant and Danielle had had a sexual relationship at some point?
Yes.
Now, while you and the defendant were dating, did you and Danielle have any confrontations?
Yes.
And when you say confrontations, what are you talking about?
More so of a he say, she say. confrontation type thing.
Are we talking physical confrontation?
No.
Are we talking verbal confrontation?
Yes.
Did those happen face to face?
No.
How would those happen?
Through, like, someone would say something, bring it back to me. She would say, I would say something, and then bring it back to her.
And would some of this stuff occur like over text messages?
Yes.
Now, did you become aware during that time period that you were dating the defendant, that Danielle was pregnant?
Yes.
And what did the defendant tell you about Danielle as far as the paternity of her baby?
He wasn't sure if the baby was his or not.
Did he tell you that there was a possibility it was his?
Yes.
So I want to go to mid-January of 2022. What was the status of your relationship with the defendant?
We were broken up.
Is that something that had occurred multiple times in your relationship?
Yes.
Breaking up and getting back together?
Yes.
Was it sort of a constant of your relationship?
Yes.
Did you and the defendant have nicknames for each other?
Yes.
What were they?
Pudding and like and cookie.
And so who was Cookie?
Me.
And who was Pudding?
Brandon.
And is it fair for me to assume Wifey was you as well?
Yes.
Have the two of you talked about getting married at some point?
Yes.
Did he at some point give you a promise ring?
Yes.
Now, in late January, how far along was Danielle in her pregnancy?
About to give birth in January.
Okay. And during that time period, how would you describe your relationship with the defendant? Okay, during that time period, late January, how would you describe your relationship with Mr. Isabelle? Was everything great? Were you guys still doing your breakup, get back together? Just describe for the jury what the status was.
Yeah, breaking up and getting back together.
Is it fair to say it was a little rocky?
Yes.
And during that time period, did you start seeing other guys?
Yes.
Did the defendant find out about that?
Yes.
Now, how did you feel about the defendant possibly having another child?
I wasn't too fun. Wasn't sure about continuing the date.
You had a daughter named Aaliyah.
Yes.
How was Brandon around Aaliyah?
He was very friendly, very caring for her.
And there were many occasions that he professed his love to you.
Yes.
Both in person and on text.
Yes.
And vice versa, you did the same with him.
Yes.
He wanted you to marry him.
Yes.
And you wanted to marry him.
Yes.
Good things to be. I mean, if we could get this drama that was all going on. So,
yes.
We pass you up this plate. Thank you, that's all. Ask you if you could recognize that.
Yes.
And that's a text from you, isn't it?
Yes.
And who is it to?
Brandon.
Okay. And what does it say? Read it to the jury, please.
The whole thing, or okay. I said, well, I sent the picture
And I texted him and I said, I just want you to be my protector, my home, my peace. Most importantly, my husband, I love you. And he texted me back and he said, I love you too, baby. Do I read the cutoff?
I'll pop it up on the screen. Thank you. Sorry, Brandon, and we said it's the next number exhibit. Thank you, Mr. Wood. Now, Lois.
Go ahead, please.
This is a picture of you and Brandon together.
Yes.
You was all smiles then, wasn't it?
Yes.
And you told him you wanted, most importantly to do, you wanted him to be your husband.
Yes.
And he wrote you back, texted you back, and said, really the same thing back to you, I love you.
Yes.
And when I love hard. I told you my goal yesterday over dinner, and that's my desire. We fought too much. And then there's more of the text evidently cut off. But you two had discussed being married.
Yes.
And kind of formalizing your relationship.
Yes.
And to you, I believe, a relationship, it was like a statement, wasn't it?
Can you repeat that?
A relationship was like a statement of your relationship with each other.
Yes.
Let me pass you this. Give you that, please.
Yes.
Could I not ask that we made the next number exhibit, please? And that would publish that, please.
Yes, please.
Thank you. And who is the lady in the white t-shirt?
Me.
And what is that on your hand?
A ring.
And how did you come to have that ring on your hand?
Brandon bought it for me for Christmas.
Was it also a proposal?
No.
Was it a pre-proposal? Kind of
Promise ring? Yes.
promisal. And it was promising you that you would, that things were going to work out and you two were going to get married.
Yes.
And the letter that he wrote you there, again professing his love.
Yes.
This love I have for you is so unconditional. I want to give you my all. You're growing into the woman I want to spend my life with every day, baby. You changed me and my ways. And we liked getting those letters from him at the time.
Yes.
Right. And you would send him back 40 letters from him.
Yes.
Or text.
Yes.
And I believe at that Christmas time, when you got that ring, he also did a video of you opening it.
Yes.
And a picture where he showed the jury. One of the nicknames he gave you was Wifey.
Yes.
Right? Along with Cookie.
Mm-hmm.
And you called him Puddin'?
Yes.
What is that? Cookie and Puddin'.
Just names, nicknames.
Just nicknames? Must be affectionate names?
Yes.
There was a problem with your relationship, right?
Yes.
That problem was Brandon was still married.
Yes.
Although he was in a divorce, right?
Yes.
And he had a child
Yes.
named Kingston.
Yes.
Okay. And they were having a big custody battle over Kingston.
Yes.
And Kingston came to your house a lot of times, didn't he? Or a
Yeah.
number of times.
Mm.
Pretty good kid.
Yes.
And
Okay, so as you saw, Brandon, he took the stand, but he chose not to testify in his own defense. Now, after that, I did go ahead and play a part of the statement from the detective that said that he verified that Brandon did indeed go to the hospital to see Danielle and the baby. And he talked about his son as well, because Brandon, there were rumors or allegations going around saying that Brandon attempted to use his son being in the hospital as an alibi. So now, and I did play the part from the expert witness that Brandon's team put on, because what they wanted to do was discredit the prosecutor from saying that, Brandon did give a confession. He says he was forced. What are your thoughts about that? You heard some of the statements that they said was made to Brandon. I will say that the audio related to the confession, again, it's not that good, so you can't really hear what was said to him other than them restating the things that was said. So I am going to go ahead. There was this, when Brandon had his account up, there was this post that he had. And on the post, there were some comments. You can't see what he posted. All you can see is that Danielle allegedly made a comment, and she said, now you can have interactions with somebody and not be together. Brandon replied to her and said, exactly. So this was an old status that was made on January the 11th of 2021. So I'll go ahead and play this confession here. Drop your comments and let me know what are your thoughts about this, and be sure to like the video.
How did she get in the water? How did she get in? Who put her in the water? You put her in the water. Okay. Did you put her in the water, or did you toss her into the water? You tossed her into the water. Did she float away, or did she sink? So the regular question, did she come out of that seat? So you threw her in the water. Huh? You threw her in the water. So you don't know where she or the seat went, do you? How far into the water did you throw her? It didn't go as far as it went.
Did you clarify that for us? You said how far did she go in the water? The question was, or how far in the water did you throw her? Was the question?
He said it wasn't far. It didn't go as far as the gun.
Okay. What does it say there about the slide in the bag?
To give her the evidence.
Okay.
Why are you going to get rid of the slide? Tell me why. Look like they had blood on. Who blood? Oh, which one? Look like they had blood on the left. How did blood get on there? When you took her out of the car. When you took her out of the car, did you pull some of her extensions out? Yeah, you did. They was on the ground. Well, how many extensions get on the ground? I actually grabbed my shirt. Do you one and a two? Two. What was the gun when you grabbed her? You were left in your car. What was your car parked when you were standing in her door? In front of her car. So you parked, she followed you over there, you stopped, she stopped behind you? Yeah, then she turned around, because the noise coming from my car, so she turned around to give me more light to the light on my phone. I couldn't really see what the noise coming from. Okay. Alright. And then, so, you held the door open on the passenger side? Yeah, we were right in, got inside the car. Okay. And closed the door. We was conversating. Okay. How long did y'all conversate? About 5 minutes. Okay, and then what happened? When you look at them, my mom had called and asked her to mention the story. We were at the store. Okay. The store, that's where I was going to take her to. And she got on her mom. I said, we talked for about 2 more minutes. No, don't do that. Tell me exactly what happened. And the boys is in the bushes and she turned her head. Were you sitting inside the car or were you outside the car when you shot her? Standing outside the car. Did you distract her? You said something behind her? No, I said something behind me. She said, I don't hear nothing, but you got to do it. You know, she told me to look out her window. And that's when you started shooting. How many times? I don't know what to say. Give me a roundabout.
Clarify something. He said before he accidentally shot her, what did he say?
That he asked her to was something behind him.
Behind him?
Right.
Okay.
4, 5. When you pulled her out of that car, did you shoot her again once you pulled her out? Did you pull her out of the car? Did you shoot her again once you pulled her out? You sure? I just pulled her out of the car and I put the car off. Because look, I really wasn't voicing you. That area really is monitoring. Okay, so there's a bunch of glass right here, right? Her car is right here. How far we down there?
That's just a quick question. Sorry to keep interrupting, but you reviewed these questions. They indicate that you've reviewed a little bit of the crime scene that says within Levi.
Yes.
Okay. And if you could tell us a little bit about that for the next part.
So when I arrived over there on the scene, her car was parked away from the glass, and you could tell where the glass had been shattered and stuff was thrown out. Her car was down a little bit where her body was.
Okay. And that's what you're getting into with the
Yes.
It's not rolling backwards. How far would you say it rolled? Definitely 8 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 50, 60 feet. How long was it rolling? About 5 feet. Just slow rolling, no foot on the gas. So it was just like it was in reverse, but no gas was being given, something like that. And you threw it in park. It was already in park. You were just rolling back. Oh wow. She got a stick? No, did you have a stick like manual? Or you got to shift gears to drive it? It's not out of it. So after you jumped in and stopped the car, then what did you do? I got the baby, put the baby in my car, pulled her out, put the car on. And then after you left, where'd you go? And then what? And what'd you do with the jacket? Everybody that been all the way down through there. That baby wasn't here. I came here. What did you tell? I didn't tell anybody. Where did you leave the baby at, Brandon? Where y'all just went. Where'd you leave? Brandon, where the you leave her? Right where y'all just went. I came here. Brandon, you a lie. Where did you leave her at? Down there, sir. You say y'all saw it. Where's she at, Brandon? You say y'all saw it through the cameras. I came here. Where's she at? That location. Where is she at? She should be down there. You threw your gun down there, right? Yes, sir. Where that baby at, Brandon? Where's your daughter at? She should be down there. She not down there. Son. Where'd you leave that baby? Brandon.
Listen to me, okay? Right now, you've already did the unspeakable, okay? Now it's time to get it all out, right? Get it all out. Right here, right now. Okay? Right here, okay? Where's she at? Where's she at? The truth. Where's she at? Not right here, cause she left. Was it right there by the water? What you have on when you brought it?
What I have on right now? Individual, female answered the door about
No, sir.
the male had left already and they know.
No, sir. Do you think she accidentally went in the water? Do you think she accidentally went in the water? Did you set her that close?
Sit the baby down, or did you just toss it? Let me toss it. I didn't do anything to hurt the baby. I sit it down. Was the baby crying or she was asleep?
Son, look out the window behind me. See that camera right there?
Yes, sir.
So, we want you to tell us the truth. We're giving you the opportunity to go ahead and tell the whole truth.
Come on, bro.
Because we've already looked at that. That's why we're asking you over and over. Okay?
Where the baby, Brandon? I put it down there. Did you put her in the water, Brandon? Brandon, did you put her in the water? Brandon,
Do you think she accidentally fell in the water? Did the wind blow it over?
I didn't look at where she actually dropped it. So you just set the baby down and just turn it. Where did you put her at, Brandon? Just be real. If you put her in the water, we need to know. I didn't go down that far. I don't know if she got in the water.
How'd you get down there?
I don't know.
At night. I'm walking in daylight, and I can't just walk down there.
I stopped. I thought I stopped. Well, I'll show you when you walk down there, where I stopped here. Hey, tell boys to walk to where them two sticks are.
J-Bo.
Tell us when to say stop when he started walking, okay?
I don't want too many people. Hey, J-Bo, can you walk that way so he can point out where he stopped at?
Come on. Tell him to stop when he say stop. Brandon, we have got to find this child. We got to find this child.
3 of your peers has found you guilty of the first-degree premeditated murder as charged in count 1 of the indictment. Mr. Isabelle, the jury has found that you guilty of the first-degree murder premeditated killing as charged in count 2. Mr. Isabelle, we the jury find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder killing in the perpetration of aggravated child neglect as charged in count 3. Mr. Isabelle, as to count 4, we the jury find the defendant guilty of aggravated child neglect as charged in count 4 of the indictment. Mr. Isabelle, we the jury find you guilty of especially aggravated kidnapping as charged in count 5 of the indictment.